In question 26, we're told that two lighthouses can be seen from the seafront, and we're told that both lights switch on and off in regular repeating patterns. So we're then told what these patterns are. We're told that the first lighthouse is on for 3 seconds, then off for 8 seconds, and this process obviously repeats in a reliable pattern. We're told that the other lighthouse is on for 2 seconds, and then is off for 7 seconds. So there's a different pattern between when they're on and off. But then we're told that 15 seconds ago, both lights became visible at precisely the same moment. So both lights became on 15 seconds ago at the exact same time, and we're then asked to work out in how many seconds will both lights disappear from view together. So we know that they were on together 15 seconds ago, and then we need to trace this pattern of 3 off, 3 on, 8 off, 2 on, 7 off for each of them to see when they coincide such that both lights turn off at the same time. So the best way to go about with this question is to recognise that at 15 seconds ago both lights became on at the same moment, and then we can write out a pattern for each of them and just trace the journey and see where the two coincide such that both lights disappear from view at the same time. So at minus 15 seconds, i.e. 15 seconds ago, since we need to work out in positive terms how many seconds to come, will determine when the lights disappear from view. So 15 seconds ago both were on, and then we can stick with light 1 for the moment and just work through the pattern. So since with light on, something's on for 3 seconds, then it's off for 8 seconds. So it's on now, but that means in 3 seconds it will turn off. So at minus 12 seconds it turns off. Then after another 8 seconds, at minus 4 it will turn on. Then off at minus 1, on at 7, off at 10, on at 18, off at 21, on at 29, off at 32, on at 40, just working through, get through a healthy amount with light 1, and then work through the same for light 2. If you don't get far enough to get your answer, then you need to keep plugging ahead, but so far this is enough. So we've done that for light 1, let's move on to light 2, where the pattern's slightly different. It's on for 2 seconds, then off for 7 seconds. So write this out again side by side so you make sure that you don't get this mixed up. So at minus 15 we have it's going to turn off 2 seconds later at minus 13, then it will turn back on after 7 seconds at minus 6, minus 4 it will turn off, which is the same as, so we have a common interval at minus 4. However, at in the case of lighthouse 2 it will be turning off at minus 4, whereas in light 1 it will be turning on at minus 4. So these two don't coincide such that both lights disappear from view at the same time. So let's plug ahead and see if we can get any further. So at 3 seconds, after 7 seconds, it will turn back on. Moving through, we can see that we'll have the next coinciding period at 21, so we have 21 in both cases, but it turns off in the case of lighthouse 1, and it turns on in the case of lighthouse 2. So again, they don't disappear from view at the same time, so we need to keep going, and eventually we reach 32, where both of them are turning off at the same time, and they disappear from view at the same time, so therefore our answer is going to be option A, that 32 seconds from now, both will turn off at the same time. So by working through systematically, you can ultimately get to the answer.